and Lakshmi Priya. You're both very fine young ladies, and you've grown up with this very expressive dance art. There's a lot of deep meaning behind it. The whole idea is to express the deep emotions of love for Krishna through this dance. It's not just a technical thing. It's called Rasika Bhava, where you actually help the audience also rise into the emotional feelings of love for the Lord. And this is a very ancient art. It was started in the temples, and for the dance for the pleasure of the deities. In fact, when the dance goes on, the girls traditionally, or the dancers traditionally, face the deities because it was for their pleasure. And when you really enter into the mood of dancing for the pleasure of the Lord, you basically rise above the human level. You come to a spiritual level of deep meditation and to please the Lord by every one of the movements. And every one of the movements of your hands, your eyes, your body has a meaning. In the spiritual world, the expression of love, which sometimes mundane people, when they write about the temple arts, they try and equate it with mundane sex, but it's not. The expressions of love, it's like in the early days of film, there were silent films. No one would speak. There was no sound. So all the artists would express things with facial looks, hand gestures, body gestures, and in other ways to express their feelings and the different emotions that they were feeling. So that's similar but in a mundane sense, to all the hand movements, eye movements, facial expressions, bodily forms that you take to express love for Krishna. And Krishna reciprocates by his movement of his eyebrows and his hands and his body. And it's a language. It's a different language. In the spiritual world, there's no need for reproduction because everyone is eternal. So the expressions of love are exchanged through these physical and emotional states, and it causes ecstasy. Once the dancers enter into that mood, they also raise the consciousness of the audience. So that's what you should aim for. And when you do dance, most of the people don't understand the technical language you're using to describe what you're doing. Like if you say this is the talam and this is this and this is that, they don't really understand. So you have to sort of translate it down to more simple, or you give the common meaning of those words so people can understand what you're saying. But more than that, you have to express what is the emotional, let's say, message that you're transmitting by all your dance gestures, and the whole history behind it. And there is a big history behind it. Swagatam, Krishnam, and the sort of, it's all about accepting Krishna into your association or associating with the Lord. And it's very auspicious. And the other dance about Lakshmi, it has a big story behind it. So telling that story is as important as the dance, so that people can understand, what's going on. But anyway, thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna. And
Hare
continue to dance. Don't stop. You studied for how many years to be able to do this dance? 18 years, right? So you put 18 years of your life into learning how to do this dance, so don't lose it, right? Use it, don't lose it. Haribol. Thank you very much.
Haribol.